Roy Price. Oh, beard trimming over. Yes, right. Here we are. It is the alumni projects meetup. Also, AtlanticScrum. This is a crossover that we do between Makers Academy and AgileVentures. Now, Bibiana, you know all about AgileVentures and projects and things, and so you know, excuse me if I just the Ronin people here, Dan and Isia and Jade. Now, you guys don't know what AgileVentures is, or you do? You're kind of happy with what it is? There's a bit of a couple of nodding there. With Josephine. Not sure. I mean, I guess what we'll just do.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just give a very quick overview here. You've also been to me before, but so basically, AgileVentures is a charity that I started with some people that you can read all about at AgileVentures. There's a good history of how it all came about here, but basically, it's about getting together coders from around the world who want to improve their coding skills and having them work in teams using the agile development methodologies in projects with real customers. And we have lots of active projects where building systems for good causes. I think we actually have one now. Experimenting. What was it? Which is the one? And these are all ranked sort of by activity. We've got this new one, Take Me Away, which has got. This is actually a sort of a for-profit business, but they've committed to open development and open. Excuse me, what is it? Open source. Yeah, and so the idea with all of these is sort of beyond open source. There's open development. So I'm currently recording us in the Hangout. Just put this over here so I can still sort of see who's in the room with us. Welcome to Joseph. What we have, if we look at like the past events thing, basically you can see all of the events that took place in the past. And if you go into like an individual project, you can, in principle, see, as well as all of the documentation about that project, for example, LocalSupport, which is I'm project manager on, then you can see all the documentation about that project, linked to the GitHub. You also got the link to Pivotal Tracker, so you can see, all of the work that's kind of like in progress, what's going on, and then links to all the videos of the pair programming, and then should also be scrums and different. Anyway, it's all. I mean. It's not a perfect site this site and all of the things built by volunteers, but basically it's all about coding, having fun, learning, and making the world a better place. So so far we haven't had too many complaints about those as a set of objectives. So that's that. Let me go back over to here. So we've had a somewhat informal setup previously where we've had various makers students who've graduated the course and then got involved with the AgileVentures projects as a way of kind of skilling up. The interesting thing is, I mean, often it can be like intimidating to join a big new project, but what's the answer there? It's designed to allow you to you can just kind of read and hear about things, and then you can observe. Pairing sessions. You don't have to get involved, but it's a great way to meet other programmers from around the world, and so on and so forth. So I had been speaking specifically to Isia before. What we're talking about doing this time around is trying to run something a bit more active. I'm looking to assemble a team that I will project manage to kind of work, full time for a week, 2 weeks at a time to like really level up in terms of skill. And what we critically need is we need enough people for this, and so I've been reaching out individually to a few people, but people, if it sounds appealing to you, which would be, lots of more working with me, working on a project with a real customer. It's a very low pressure project. I mean, the one that I would put people on is this LocalSupport project, which is basically a charity directory for charities in Northwest London. And one thing, let's come out. Help me get the site to load faster. There we go. And so, yeah, certain people that I've reached out to have been saying, like, oh, well, I want to spend a couple of weeks refreshing the basics and so on. So there is space. If you're interested in this project, and I think particularly for the Ronin people, if you're interested in joining in on that, then that's I'd be very happy to tell you more. But does that all make sense and fit in with what you thought you knew about AgileVentures? I'm getting a thumbs up there. I know Ithiar, whose name I'm horribly pronouncing, I'm sure. You'll in the coming weeks, you'll sort me out. You're muted, so I can't hear you tell me how to pronounce it, but you'll tell me soon. Tell me how to pronounce your name again?
Ithiar.
Ithiar. Hopefully
But people call me Ichi. It's maybe easier. Ichi.
Ichi. Well, that's the number one in Japanese, which is that's easy for me to remember.
Yeah, it's easier. Everyone calls me like that.
Oh, okay, cool. So I know Ichi is interested. Can I just check in with Dan and Jade and Joseph? Well, what's your interest in? I mean, and there's a whole other stuff with the Lunar projects as well that are non-charity related and this and other, all sorts of things I could spend ages talking about. But let me just, Dan and Jade and Joseph, what's your interest in alumni projects and things like that?
Yeah, I'd love to get involved. I could do with some, just some general skill building, and don't want to lose the momentum that I've gathered on the course. So any projects would be great. Excellent.
Yeah, I think this is, it's easy. The course is very intense. It's maintaining momentum is what this is definitely all about. Joseph or Dan, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm interested in doing something. I don't know what time I'll have available to do it, but I want to at least get to know what's going on and stuff.
And Dan, you're muted.
Yeah, the same as Joe, really. Happy to kind of keep an eye on it, and then as time is available, jump in.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. Well, I think there's definitely the sort of jumping in thing. What I'm looking, and maybe because I'm getting at the moment, the read that I'm getting at the moment is that Jade and Ichi are the ones who are kind of, most gung ho. That we might start, I might start working with them, and maybe Dan and Joseph, you can sort of watch what we're doing and how it's going, and if you want to get involved, you'll kind of let us know. But so would that be for Ichi and Jade? Is that something sound reasonable? Like we might put you in a pair to start. I'm hoping to get more people in and get pair rotation going on. But you'd be happy to start off doing some pairing.
Yeah, for me it's great. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so the date for you to remember would be 11 a.m. on Thursdays, which is when we have the client meeting with the local support client. And I maybe won't go into it now, but I will follow up with both of you afterwards, and I'll give you some more information about meetings that you should attend and things to read and how to get started. And maybe after this, I won't go into too much now because I know Bibiana is here, and I know that she's got another meeting starting at in about 20 minutes. So I think we'll get to her. Also, in about 5 minutes, we'll potentially have other people coming in. That's the usual. In 5 minutes from now, it's the usual. Oh, that's the thing I mentioned about AgileVentures is, and you can sort of see this if you explore the site, is that we try to have these regular scrums, these stand-ups around the clock, around the year, at certain times. They sometimes get a bit irregular, but this, 3:45 each day, I'm responsible for trying to make this stand-up happen, where everybody comes in and checks in and talks about their projects. So for the moment, Ronan folks, if you just sit back and relax, and maybe Bibiana and I will just check in and talk about Snow Angels, which is the project that she and I have been working on, and you can kind of hear about the Snow Angels project. Is that a good thing to? Should we do that now, Bibiana?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So yes. So Snow Angels, I guess we've got a site, haven't we, which I should bring up. So some of the folks might know Snow Angels are charity projects that. Oh no, I forget. Bibiana, which cohort were you in?
December
cohort, right. So yeah, the various cohorts have done charity projects as part of their final projects, so of which the Snow Angels was one. And so the Snow Angels is all about a way for volunteers to register. They're willing to help out older people in the community, and basically they kind of like will get sent text messages when there's a kind of a need for them, and the app is up, and we've got a real client who's called Helen, who's been Bibiana. Would you agree? She's been quite a good client, actually, Helen.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Yeah, I think she's been. I mean, I think that's always one of the things we try to say to all the clients we work with, the non-technical people, is that part of the agile development process is that you've got to be involved. Kind of from regularly for regular weekly meetings, and such as local support. I've got my client Rachel, and I see her every Thursday, and that works out quite well. But so yeah, we just had I guess the main action item that we have for Snow Angels, Bibiana, is that Helen, it seems like she's actually signed up. She's got a paid account on Twilio now for sending text messages. Is that right?
Well, she got an account, but she didn't give them the credit card at any point, so I don't think she has a paid account.
Okay, I see. And I'm trying to... That's interesting. I seem to have been logged out of... Am I in Trello? And I can see the Snow Angels Trello. Okay. So, that's your original Trello. Oh, we made a pivotal tracker, didn't we, for Snow Angels as well, didn't we? Oh,
yeah, but I need to add everything from Trello to
right.
pivotal tracker.
Move that over. Yeah. So, this is the key action here that we need to get done is get that pulled in. Oh, right. Well, at least she's created an account, but you think she hasn't given them the credit card details yet?
No, that's what she says in the email, that she didn't give any credit card details, so she has an account like the one we have. So to be able to use Twilio, then you have to do the verified numbers.
Right. So I guess at least what that would allow it to do would be her own number is going to be automatically verified, isn't it? Isn't that right in Twilio?
Yes.
So at least she would be able to test it for herself so that it works, and then maybe move on from there. So I guess we need to reply to her email and say that, and we should also adjust the Heroku instance so it's using her account. That seems like a good first step. Are you comfortable getting those things? Are you comfortable with the process for getting the Heroku instance? We could even do that now together. Should we just do that now?
Oh, if you want to, yeah.
Yeah, let's get it done, and others might or might not be interested in that process. So if we go to Heroku, I also need to find the email. But so when a lot of the things often seem to end up. Do I have it in my AgileVentures? Snow Angels. Here we go. A lot of the stuff, can be rather than code. It's data migration and sorting things out and fixing things up and so on. I've got the settings there. The config variables. Usually I would be doing that maybe on another screen. But so basically, we need to go in here to do the config variables, and maybe maybe rather than doing this because it's being videoed and it will put that up for everybody. Maybe as well. This is something. Maybe I should hand this off to you, Viviana. The danger of me doing it, of course, is that I just do everything and then you don't get the chance.
That's fine. I can do that.
Yeah. So I'll just pop that link there. You can even do that now in the background and just check in that it works. But yes, okay. So we've got a couple of action items there. I guess I will update the tracker with those. I'm not logged in. I wish I would just remain permanently logged in all the time to everything, really. I don't know what this being logged out of things is all about. I think, is that the one that I need to log in with? And it's going to... yeah. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is go through and get all of the different charity projects that we've had over time. And then there's another one, Oodles, and that's just sort of taken off in Sweden as well. Even I have to go and search for. Oh, let's search for Snow Angels show. There's Snow Angels. So yeah, so here I can now add the tasks, which we've got reply to Helen and update Heroku instance bars, and I'm gonna get this to be Bibiana on there and get started on it. Dun, 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 dun. Is that saved? Yeah. So I was going to ask the let's see who else we've got in here. Anybody else? The running folks. Have you guys used Pivotal Tracker before? None of you used Pivotal Tracker before. That's definitely one of the things. I mean, it's not the only project management system that we use. Have you guys used Trello before? Yeah, you know Trello. So
yes.
Yeah, Trello's not such a big thing. I think that the reason, it's historically that we've been just using. My brain. Oh, drink more tea. 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 Yes. Hopefully the caffeine will work. This is called Pivotal Tracker. That's right. So Pivotal Labs, are a trend and thought setter, and are like a totally awesome company that we all work for really at the end of the day. And their gift to the world is Pivotal Tracker, which is kind of a version of Trello with kind of cards and so on. But if we go to, for example, we've got this is the LocalSupport tracker. You can see it looks rather like Trello. It has the kind of more specifically for sort of agile software development. You can each of the individual cards can be set up to have features, which are the stars or bugs or chores that you need to do, and then you can assign. You see how it has these little things next to the stars, which are telling you, like this is like a 3-point story that most of the developers for the LocalSupport are based on the east coast of the US, and that's the one they're working at the moment. This is this 1-star one that I'm working on at the moment. It's sort of be finished. I need to push out if I can find some time. But so yeah, there's kind of it's slightly more strict than Trello. But so definitely, and I'll post. I mean, you can get this link from all this information for all of the things in individual projects are in if you just go into the projects pages. See some background noise there from Bibiana, maybe. Yes, but I'll pop that. So definitely for Ithia and is it Itchy and Jade, do check out that the Pivotal Tracker. I have got some resources on learning more about Pivotal Tracker. I think that there's quite a good Pivotal Tracker introduction video. Yeah, there you go. That's yeah, they've got a video. The help site for that is all pretty good. I'll just pop that in the chat there for you. Okay, cool. And so I was sort of hoping that we might have some other. I thought my co-founder was going to drop in now. We'll see. I'll just ping people on there. Let's see if Thomas joining us. No, I guess I'll get all ready. I'll switch over my put on my bat costume. No, not my bat costume. No, what costume am I wearing now? I want to get to my over here and have my. Oh no, let's go into video for a moment and show you my AV digs. There we go. So now I can switch backwards and forwards between. I can be Maker Sam and Maker Sam, and now I'm AgileVentures Sam. AgileVentures Sam. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so we'll just check in with. So Bibiana, I guess. So those couple of things which I've pushed you away. I guess once we've done that, is the ball back in Helen's court? I guess is our next step. Have we got a clear next step once we've done that? I guess we want her to test it, right? I muted you. Please do feel free to unmute and confirm for me.
Yeah. So when I will do the Heroku thing, when I will update, then I will reply to her email so that she can test with her phone.
Excellent.
If she wants to.
Yeah. And then I guess we're still. Yeah. I mean, I'd say the key step is that we need to remove your hard-coded phone number from the
test.
Yeah. But so I think that's something that we need to pair on at some time. I think that now I'm better. And what's your availability like over the next few days?
Yeah, I finish at 6 every day, so during the day it's a bit difficult.
Okay.
Maybe I could do lunchtime.
Yeah, or lunchtime. Yeah, lunchtime might work. And what time do you usually have lunch? Like noon?
Yeah, it depends. Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, we'll coordinate. And that's the other thing, by the way, Ronan folks, is that what the stand-ups are for, it's one for everybody to go through and check in what they've been working on, what they've been doing, and then also to like arrange pairing sessions. So, it might be that, everybody gets in for a pairing session afterwards or what have you. It looks like, I guess, my colleague might not be joining us. On that note, now we're into the time where we would normally have the AtlanticScrum. Should we just go round and check in with anybody on how they're doing? Bibiana, anything else to report about how it's going at work or Snow Angels or anything else? I mean, it doesn't have to be about AgileVentures projects. It can just be, part of the thing is having a group of people to stand up and say, oh, I'm really frustrated with Ruby streaming methods or something like that. What have you?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I see you very different since the last time I saw you.
Yeah, no, well, I did. Yes, I was coughing so hard from the pneumonia. I didn't want to put blade near my face, and so I don't know. It's going to get hot. It'll probably take off soon. But Roy has promised to bring in some beard oil, and I want to try that out before I get rid of it. But Bibiana, so you're working at 6. What languages are you working in mainly at the moment?
Ruby and JavaScript mainly.
My favorite too. Excellent. Good show. Yeah, should we just go through other folks? Dan, how are things post-graduation from Makers? What's up in your part of the world?
Yeah, things are good. I've just been focusing on the Till tech test today. So yeah, slightly behind schedule, mainly because I was preparing for some Atos stuff and things like that. But yeah, that's been going really good today.
Oh, cool. Yes. Oh, no. Yeah. So that's in about 40 minutes from now. We'll be doing the review of those things. I got one from Ilya. I've had a chance to look through it. So, are you happy? I mean, I may not necessarily have a lot of time to prepare for it, but are you happy to have your code be looked at with other people, you know, as part of the session this afternoon? Would that be okay?
Yeah, can do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. What I've done in the past is people submit their tilted test, and then people who are willing, we kind of do like a group code review together and sort of discuss the pros and cons of different bits and pieces. But excellent, yes, I'll look forward to checking that out for the session in half an hour. Yeah, and anything else to report? That's no. Cool. Itchy, yeah, how are things going with you?
Fine. I'm more focused on trying to study more than look for a job, but still I prepare my CV, and because I wanted to apply to a front end, that it was the guys that didn't show up. Yeah, but they asked for SAS and less, so I was trying to learn a bit of that.
Okay.
And yesterday also I was trying to work a bit on the Till Tech project, and well, but I didn't get too much done.
No, not to worry, not to worry. There's more time. And SAS and less, I can't claim to be an expert on them, but we definitely, it's like one of those things that I want to master. We've got some more AgileVentures folks joining, but let's carry on going through. How are things with you? Raul, I think we've got some feedback from you. I might just... Not sure if that was Bibiana there. Yeah, Jade, how are things going with you?
Hi, Sam. Yeah, it's all going well. Just been spending time sort of going through and cleaning up GitHub a bit, applying for looking for lots of jobs.
Sure.
Quite excited that I found a job at Kano. Like I built a Raspberry Pi project, which looks awesome, and I'm really excited about that. So yeah, it's all good, all going well.
Nice one, excellent. Thanks for the report there. Let's just check in with Joseph. Yeah, how are things going for you? I guess I forget where we are. Is it now? Yeah, it's only 3 or 4 days since finishing the hiring week. Yeah, how are things with you?
Yeah, not much time has passed, but I've just been busy with like job-related things and kind of filling in some gaps with tutorials and stuff like that as well.
Cool, nice one. All right, and let's just check in with. We've got Thomas and Raul. Sorry guys, I just muted you there briefly. Please do feel so. I mean, we had a bit of audio feedback. Thomas, Ronin folks who took the Makers course online. Just been checking in with them. My co-founder on AgileVentures. Thomas, how are things going with you?
Wonderful, fantastic, I would say, actually.
Oh, really?
I just had an afternoon nap.
There was.
Yeah, well, I was up really early this morning, and
yeah.
So sometimes I take the liberty of you know, just get off the grid and fall asleep in the office. I have this lovely little couch here. So yeah, and people laugh at me because they snore sometimes. But anyways. So I woke up because I got this message, Tansaku, you know, are you joining us? And of course I am. So sorry for the bad hair day, but it's got me straight out of bed. In terms of my activities, apart from sleeping from time to time, I do some work on some open source projects for AgileVentures, of course. And me and Sapriti has been busy implementing some interesting features in the Oodles project that has connections to Makers Academy, which is wonderful. You know, we get a lot of traction in that project from the city of Gothenburg, from some interested parties in terms of churches and some companies that want to join in and be part of the solution of the food waste situation that we are facing here in Scandinavia. So I'm very grateful that I could take this concept of Oodles, you know, and adopt it to the Scandinavian society, and then perhaps making a good thing out of this. So today I had a preliminary meeting with a company that already work with some charitable projects, and they are very much interested in taking the concept of Oodles and integrate that with their own business model that they are already taking care of. And so we set up a meeting for later this week to discuss details about that. So I'm very excited. I haven't done much coding today, but I've been doing some research about internationalization of active record attributes.
Okay.
Actually, so this is an area that neither me or Sampriti has worked with before. So, but we need that for the Oodles project.
That's specifically for Oodles, and I guess that's international. So that's to make the site fully Swedish.
Yeah, well, because we already now have both English and Swedish interface. We translated all the keys, and so we're using the. But there are some attributes that are hard coded in this particular case. It is the food types. Whether if you want to accept meat, tins or spices or whatever. So these names are hard coded in the database. And one could, of course, argue whether this is the best solution to do that, but that's the way it is done right now. So what we need to do is that when we pull that data and those labels, we want to internationalize them. So we want to translate them to Swedish or Norwegian or Danish, what have you. And there is methods to do that, but we just haven't used them before. And so I need to just do some research on how these things are done, basically.
Cool.
So yeah, but right now we have a fully translated interface and a very seamless switch between English and Swedish in the user interface. So it's really cool, actually.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, I can see behind you. You've got Makers Academy postcard on the wall with Swedish.
Yes, and we have the my little son here as well.
Yeah, good stuff. And we have yes. So Thomas, as well as my co-founder of AgileVentures, is also running a breakout Makers Academy Sweden there in Gothenburg. Excellent. Anything else to report, Thomas? Is that not that that's not enough?
No, that's enough for me. And in terms of my immediate plans, I've been away from the Take Me Away project for a few weeks now, focusing on Oodles. But I'm targeting Raul here with this message. I will be back. I'll be back.
And Raul's next in the sequence. Yeah, how are things with you, Raul?
Hi everyone. So in terms of AgileVenture, the last thing I did was yesterday when I think I created the pull request and some of the front end stuff that I was busy with, submitting orders from the front end, and I'm currently stuck with that. So I was hoping someone in the group would join and help me with that. It's a good thing that Thomas is going to be back soon. Hopefully you'll take a look also. But I know Christian yesterday started looking at it. So I'll check with him today and see how far he is. Patrick was busy working on the email confirmation from the back end. When you place an order, the kitchen needs to receive an email that an order has been placed on the client. So that was done, and I merged that in last night. So he just had to add a little interface to edit the address for the kitchen from the active admin interface. So yeah, but other than that, it's all clear for me. Just hoping we'll be able to finish most of the core feature on this application so that we can get done with it next week or so. It hasn't been easy lately since everybody's busy with other stuff, so regrouping is not so easy.
Sure. Were you saying that you needed more input on this pull request, the one for the refactoring API endpoint?
It's more on there's another repository for the client application. So I've done the work to submit orders, but then when I submit it in the backend, it returns me an unauthorized response. So it seems like the user is not authorized to do some actions in the backend. So
okay. Is that related to this pull request here?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the one.
So that's the one. If we want to give you some help, that would be the place to be looking at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but then you need to, if you want to run this locally, you'll have to run both the back end and the front end in order to test them.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So there's a couple of things to set up. Yeah. I mean, what we it's I mean, I was explaining before you guys joined about how you know, the majority of the projects are charity projects, but we do have some, like the Take Me Away, where they're actually a commercial client, but their clients committed to open development and open source. And yeah, so we've got also with us the 4 Makers Academy graduates all in the Ronin group who all took Makers Academy online. So, you know, I think that they're new to AgileVentures, and I'm sort of trying to show them some of the different things, you know, about the project and what goes on. But yes, and that's one of the you know, potential values of you know, AgileVentures is kind of having these regular stand-ups where one can look at the particular issues. But it sounds like, yeah, this is like a relatively tricky one, and yeah, okay, but we know where to look to give you help. Anything else from you, Raoul?
Nothing specific to me.
Okay. Cool. Well, we're hitting the end.
I would say that just you know, I would say that if there's anybody interested in AngularJS, the TMA front end application would need some more people working on it. So what we're basically trying to do, we're building a Rails backend and a AngularJS client app, and we try to get them to talk to each other through this RESTful API.
Right.
So that's basically why we took on this project, because it was an interesting challenge for us. Otherwise, again, as Sam mentioned, this kind of deviates from our usual kind of doing business, basically.
Yeah. But I think that, of course, the key thing really is that we want actively engaged clients who are regularly meeting with developers and allowing them to practice the Agile process. And
yes, and in this case we are doing that. So it's cool. So we're fulfilling those criteria at least.
Yeah. So that's all good. And yeah, maybe some of the Ronin folks there will be particularly interested in Angular, and if they are, yeah, that's the. If you are particularly interested in practicing your Angular skills, the Take Me Away project would be a great place to be. So I think we just finish up with me to report in. Yes, I did the Also Greatest People, which are all related to the edX 169 course, which is how Thomas and I met and how a lot of people got involved in AgileVentures originally. That's run by folks at the UC Berkeley in California, and yeah, so I haven't managed to be in any of the meetings, but the new teaching assistants for that project have started working with Paul, and I've got a whole new set of, I'm seeing all sorts of information flying by, and that does seem to be very active. I do need to check in if that course is going to run again in the fall. I think people have been asking questions about that in the AgileVentures channels. But so my focus, yeah, is kind of, yeah, it's going to be Charity Jamboree, which I think is coming up in a couple of weeks. I want to try and, I would love to get Snow Angels and other makers, well, obviously Oodles is a good example, but Thomas is already running with that. But there's about 3 or 4 other charity Makers Academy related projects that I'd love to get sort of into a showcase that we could present at the Charity Jamboree. We've got the LocalSupport client meeting tomorrow. I'm going to be giving Ichi and Jade more information about that. We've got them potentially getting involved in the LocalSupport project and trying to do that. Yeah, I would like to get to act as a project manager for some Makers Academy graduates to sort of help them really turbocharge their skills in the ongoing search for work. But I think that's all the key things. Great to have so many people here for the session today. Yeah, now as my health is recovering, I'm going to be trying to make sure that every day, 3:45, we've got I'm regularly on for the stand-up here, so we can all check in and see what we're doing. Yeah, and unless there's anything else that we need to discuss or work out or what have you, shall we call that the end of the Scrum?
Yeah, I just for the guys who are interested, if you want to check in the Oodles project, I pasted a link in the chat, and you can log in as a charity, as free@food.org, and test some functionality.
Yeah, definitely check that out. That project, it's a great. I mean, that's like a really, trying to help eliminate food waste is much as really worthy cause. Very cool indeed. Okay, well we've got now. I guess we'll wrap it up there. I guess I'll stop the.